Hello Ninja Leaders, Nick Palkowski here. These past 2 weeks have been pretty amazing for me. I've had the opportunity to meet with several different people to talk about our businesses and about some projects that we're working on. One of which I am super excited to be able to release to you in just a few weeks. I think this project you're going to find great value in. I can't give you any more information on it right now, but just be sure to stay tuned because in a couple of weeks you're going to be able to see this live. It's going live and it's going to be awesome and I'm very excited about it. But that's not what I want to talk about here today. What I want to talk about today is something that came up in a conversation that I was having with one of my friends. So we were talking about some of the projects we were working on and the topic of momentum came up and how incredibly important it is to have momentum in your life. Because when you start to gain momentum on something, it just makes it so much easier. And frankly, it makes it a lot more fun. A classic example of this is something I'm going through right now, and I'm sure many of you have experienced before, is I am right now in the 3rd week of working out regularly after a long period of not doing anything. So I'm sure a lot of you have experienced the exact same thing. And the first couple days after working out, I was incredibly sore. You know, my muscles are just screaming out. And frankly, I just avoided stairs for the first few days when I first started. But now, in the 3rd week, things are starting to get easier. Things are starting to get to the point where I'm actually excited to work out. Well, maybe not excited to work out, but if I miss my workout, I would realize that something's missing and it felt like something's missing. So it's to the point where I'm actually looking forward almost to my workout. That's an example of how momentum makes things easier in our life. But the real question is, how do you create that momentum? You see, the key to creating momentum is speed of implementation. How fast do you put something you learned or a decision you made into action? Do you, just schedule it off on the calendar for several weeks from now, or do you take action right now? Do you come up with a step and take that step tonight or tomorrow? You see, the faster, speed of implementation is really like Red Bull for momentum. It just, accelerates the momentum that you have. It makes it much easier to create momentum. And the longer you put something off, the longer you wait to implement, the harder it is to create momentum. It's not impossible, it just makes it that much more difficult to get that momentum started and get things rolling. Another perfect example of the speed of implementation is remembering names. Any single strategy that you can find about how to become better at remembering names will tell you to use the name immediately or within 7 seconds after hearing it. That is a perfect example of the speed of implementation. That's it right there, that the sooner you use something, the more likely you are to create momentum and then never forget that name or to actually continue to work out or whatever your project may be that you're working on. So, are you implementing things in your life right away? After you learn a concept, are you coming up with an action step and then taking it that night or within the next day? It doesn't have to be something really big. It can just be one small little step, but that little step is going to allow you to start the momentum process. It's going to allow you to start that train moving. And once this train gets speeding down the tracks, it's very hard to stop. So that momentum is easy to maintain, but hard to create. So get in the habit of creating that momentum by having a high speed of implementation. So if you'd like more tips like this one in productivity or leadership, simply go to www.nickpalkowski.com and sign up for that email list there. And until next time, now go out and take action.